I am Heisenberg, and this is my co-anchor,
Susan.
Tonight we would like to talk about how World War II impacted the Japanese Americans' lives after the bombing in Pearl Harbor. After the bombing, our suspicion on the Japanese grew and riots got out of control. We decided we wanted to do something about that. Our beloved President Franklin Delano Roosevelt issued an Executive Order 9066 on February 19, 1942. The reason why we relocated the Japanese Americans was because we were suspicious of espionage. The military zones became the basis for all the mass relocation and internment of the Japanese Americans. The Japanese Americans were only affected in the West Coast. The only state that did not require a relocation was Hawaii. But many of the Japanese Americans were sent to areas around California and Arizona. As the Japanese were relocated, they were forced to sell all their items and be relocated without any of their big furniture. And now our co-anchor Suzanne will explain how this all happened.
Thank you, Heisenberg.
It's Heisenberg. Remember my name.
Not only were Japanese Americans forced to relocate into the comfort of their homes, they lost their patriotism for America. Given the reassurance of food, shelter, school, and work, the Japanese left not knowing that their lives were going to change. Leadership was only given to Japanese born in America, known as the Nisei, and while the elderly Issei were the only way internees or Japanese Americans can leave the camps is that they enlisted in the U.S. Army. Only 1,200 choose to. We have some inside news about the internment camps going on. People are complaining that it's overcrowded, poor living conditions, and no plumbing and cooking facilities. They are complaining that it's very cold brought up to the U.S. for the camps that they have for the Japanese. The Hirabashi versus the U.S. and the Korematsu versus the U.S. These cases are because the people there have been complaining that the Fifth Amendment have been violated. And the Supreme Court has favored the U.S. government and that will not do anything about it. Now we are having live scenes with Tom about the internment camps. Tom, can you hear us?
Thanks, Susan. I'm here at the guard tower at the Two Lakes camp, and this?
Yeah.
Please come here. What's your name?
Thank you.
How has the relocation affected you?
It's really sad because they look at us as enemies or spies, but I never been to Japan and I was born here.
How was your life before all of this?
It was perfect and fine. Like, I lived with my husband and my 2 kids, but my husband got sent to the army because he wanted to prove that we're not a part of the Japanese.
What happened to all your stuff?
I had to sell it for a really cheap price and all my sentimental values too. I didn't know what to do with my family business, so we just gave it to our neighbors to take care of, but I don't know if we're good.
How do you feel here?
I feel like a prisoner. I don't have a lot of rights. I mean, it's like a camp. The food's disgusting. I don't like it. And I don't think the sirens are scary and they traumatize me and my kids. And it's how they wake us up.
Treated here.
We're treated like animals. Like, we have a precise schedule, like when to shower, when to eat, when to go to sleep, and sometimes you can't accommodate.
Not only did the camps affect Japanese Americans, it also affected American homeowners. For example, Catherine here. Catherine, how do you feel about the camps being literally next door to you?
Well, being a homeowner next to the camps and also being a mother of 3, it really impacted my child's life because every time they have the little signal warnings or the bells or whatever they do for them to line up, my kids wake up at night crying, and I don't think it's fair to us nor is it fair to them. There's a lot of kids in that camp also.
And what are your thoughts about the camps being here all over America to relocate all the Japanese?
Well, it has its pros and its cons. Obviously, it's for the protection.
Okay, Catherine, should the government compensate you for the inconveniences caused by these camps?
Well, in a way it should, because my kids are suffering from this. It does affect me, but not as much as the Japanese Americans, obviously. But in the long run, a little money wouldn't help, I guess. But yeah, they should.
Now here I have some pictures to show you.
Now won't you listen, dearie, while I say, how can you tell me
delivered the message. Now what?
Now let's check the second message.
Ready?
Mum, the doctor's deodorant discovery now contains M3. Got that? M3 to stop odor 24 hours a day. Remember now.
I know. For security reasons, Mum's the word. New Mum cream deodorant now with M3. Got the message?
Heisenberg, how do you feel about these Japanese Americans being relocated to somewhere new and living their lives?
Well, I feel it can be a good thing because they're safe. But then, it's just wrong. Anyways, it's okay.
I understand.
But anyways, that concludes our DSP show, live news, kind of, but not really, at whatever time it is right now at your house that you're watching this.
Bye. I'm done with this.
Do it, hurry up.
Isaac,
Yeah?
we're just crap on you.
Where?
On your suit. How do you feel about this? You have been crapped on all day.
Twice.
All day.
And I have stomach flu.
Okay.
What happened to you?
I had to give it
This is crazy, but here's